Hello everyone and welcome back to Math Minutes. This video is on an exciting topic that often causes confusion: rounding numbers. We'll delve deep into the art of rounding and explore various rounding techniques, so grab your thinking caps and let's get started. To begin, let's establish a clear understanding of rounding. Rounding is a mathematical process that simplifies a number while keeping it close to its original value. We typically round numbers to make them easier to work with or to achieve a desired level of accuracy. Think of distance. When driving, for example, you might see signs indicating the distance to the next town is 4.8 miles. It's common to round that distance to 5 miles for simplicity and ease of navigation when speaking to others. A number line helps us visualize rounding. Imagine we have a number line with increments of 1/10. Suppose we have a number 7.2. Rounding this number involves finding the nearest whole number on the number line. In this case, 7.2 falls closer to 7 than to 8, so we round down to 7. Easy, right? But what if we have a number like 8.6? Let's explore that next. To grasp the concept, let's examine the rounding process step by step. When rounding, we encounter a critical juncture, the rounding decision. This decision depends on the digit to the right of the desired place value, known as the rounding digit. To determine the rounding digit, we look to the digit immediately to the right of the desired place value. If this digit is 5 or greater, we round up. If it's 4 or less, we round down. Simple, right? Now let's define the target place value. It is the place value to which we wish to round the number. For example, rounding to the nearest whole number means the target place value is the ones place, while rounding to the nearest tenth means the target place value is the tenths place. For the number 8.6, we can see that the rounding digit is more than 5, so we round the number up to 9. When rounding to the nearest whole number, we examine the digit to the right of the decimal point. If it's less than 5, we round down. If it's 5 or greater, we round up. Let's look at the number 3.5. As we want to round to the nearest whole number, our desired place value is the ones digit, and our rounding digit is to the right of the decimal point. We can see that the rounding digit is 5, so we round the number up. This means that our target place value increases by 1 and our number rounds to 4. Let's look at another example. Let's round the number 13.27 to the nearest whole number. Our place value is the ones digit, and our rounding digit is the tenths digit. We can ignore everything that comes after the rounding digit. So in this case, we can see that 2 is lower than 5, so we round down. This means that our place value 3 stays the same, and all other digits after it are 0. So 13.27 rounds down to 13. Alright, now that we've got the basics covered, let's move on to rounding to a specific place value, such as rounding to the nearest tenth. When rounding to the nearest tenth, we look at the digit in the hundredths place. If it's less than 5, we round down. If it's 5 or greater, we round up. Let's look at our previous example again. Our place value is the tenths digit this time, and our rounding digit is the hundredths digit. We see that the rounding digit is 7, which is higher than 5, so we round up. This means that our place value increases by 1 and our number now rounds up to 13.3. Let's consider another example. We'll round the number 2.649 to the nearest tenth. Our target place value is 6 and our rounding digit is 4. As before, we ignore everything that comes after the rounding digit. We see that 4 is lower than 5, so we round down. Our place value 6 stays the same, and all other digits after it are 0. So 2.649 rounds down to 2.6. Rounding to the nearest tenth allows us to express numbers with a level of precision appropriate for certain situations. Now let's tackle rounding to the nearest hundred. We focus on the digit in the tens place this time. Again, if it's less than 5, we round down. If it's 5 or greater, we round up. Let's round the number 768 to the nearest hundred. Our rounding digit is 6, which is more than 5. This means that we round up, so desired place value 7 increases by 1. The number 768 rounds up to 800. Rounding to the nearest hundred helps us quickly estimate values and make calculations more manageable. For instance, 500 times 100 is easier to manage than 514 times 92. Let's look at one final example and round 2,973 to the nearest hundred. Our rounding digit is in the tens place, which in this example is 7. As this is more than 5, we round up. This means that the place value increases by 1. But hold on, our place value is a 9. So this means that we need to turn it into a 0 and increase the next digit by 1. So the 2 increases to 3, and our number rounds up to 3,000. Rounding plays a vital role in our daily lives, especially when dealing with measurements, money, and significant figures in scientific calculations. We have already considered rounding distance earlier in the video. Another example may be temperature. If the weather forecast states that the high for the day will be 24.6 degrees Celsius, it is often rounded to 25 degrees Celsius for simplicity when communicating the information. Remember, the level of precision needs to depend on the context and the specific problem you're trying to solve. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more exciting math content. Until next time, happy rounding!